The UN Secretary General has expressed his solidarity with Christchurch's Muslim community while visiting the two mosques in the city attacked by a lone gunman on March 15. Antonio Guterres laid flowers at both the Al Noor Mosque and the Linwood Mosque to honour the 51 people killed and 38 injured. He later visited Ngāi Tahu to talk about climate change. Our reporter Andrew McRae was at the Al Noor Mosque.
The Secretary General arrived at Al Noor and laid a large bouquet of flowers near the entrance to the mosque. He then met the Imam Gamal Fuda and half a dozen other members of the Muslim community before going inside. On his way out, Mr Guterres thanked the Muslim community for their welcome during the holy month of Ramadan.
Ramadan is a season of reflection, remembrance and renewal. And I'm here to express my deepest condolences, my profound respect and the fullest measure of my solidarity to you, your families and the community.
He said there were no words to relieve the hurt, sorrow and pain, but he wanted to pay his respects.
Like so many around the world, I was so moved by the poignant stories of compassion and grace from Christchurch. But in many ways I was not surprised. This community reflected a spirit that I've always known to be deeply embedded in Islam, a faith of love, compassion, forgiveness and mercy.
Mr Guterres warned that hate speech is spreading around the world.
Social media is being exploited as a platform for bigotry. We must all show solidarity in response to this dangerous upsurge in hatreds.
The Secretary General says he wants the UN to respond to hate speech and come up with a global plan of action.
Hate speech is spreading like wildfire in social media. We must extinguish it. And there is no room for hate speech, online or offline.
Tony Green, speaking on behalf of Imam Gamal Fuda, says the Muslim community was touched by the nature of Mr Guterres' heartfelt recognition of what they'd gone through.
And his profound knowledge of Islam, so the generosity of his words was really quite touching. But it was a heartfelt respect for initially the surprise that this could happen in New Zealand, and then just a great respect for the nature of the response that's come out from the community and also obviously within the context of New Zealand itself.
The president of the Muslim Association of Canterbury, Shagaf Khan, says the visit by the UN Secretary General was a real honour.
And every time somebody, influential people like him comes to our mosque, we feel very humble. So, and community also feel very humble. We're still in grief, It gives a great comfort.
Ngāi Tahu Kaumātua so Tipini O'Regan welcomed Mr Guterres to Ngāi Tahu's office in Addington to talk about climate change. Mr Guterres praised this country's attitude towards global warming and climate change and the initiatives being taken, including more sustainable agriculture.
More adapted to the requirements of the modern times, but at the same time taking into account the deep interests of the community, and I'm very interested in learning with you how we can do better in order to make sure that we make such a rich agriculture fully compatible with our objectives in relation to climate actions.
Mr Guterres is expected to fly out of the country later today. In Christchurch for Checkpoint, ko Andrew McRae.